The political temperature is building day and night as we head towards the end of the year and enter 2026. So we have just seen in the recent weeks, we have just passed from the NRM primaries, and we have seen unfolding of events really. Nano kira jimo laka kere NRM apart, jo keno poro kui jo mo keno karo. Position mo keno ti lelo magete wiro chinga wira mo keno ti machwinyi tika chwepia. NRM candidate magwar mageno gimito kate. Chi wajoli story wa BBA kamo iber kanwa method kamiyo. Insightful analysis going forward, taking from the NRM primaries mago karni chera nyim kawachaka kemeki kui madiet matika bino ni penye tieni ning. Is the opposition afraid of the NRM or being idu matut and minwa komeno wa the youthful perspective and insightful analysis on the issue take away na kind. Jolie Matek, you can introduce yourself to the viewers.
But for Matek, Dan Duju Matek look work history for late host and Miguel Brian Odom, Diego President, East African Institute for Management Science. I think in Gulu, Matamone Ketake Dor Keretela, Gamata Pertag, no Gulu Beno following. Besides being part of the politics, we also need to follow politics. So I am one of these people who are keenly following politics and have interest in politics. Yeah.
For Matek, Your Excellency Miguel. To dive straight into the issue, when kui results kui NRM primaries udugu ivuracholi sub-region part mogo dano beko nyango ni ubutime kumeno mukane mako dano ki people are in shock in some areas people are okay with what has happened. But my attention has been drawn to Pade Yaru. Waneno over the recent weeks, MP Maru Machan ma 2021 kibien ki loye kui tika nyutu miri ne midugo kachung mono awajo honorable Udongauto nyonyo pako nyonyo kai neno ki kita NRM primaries no karo career ru itamni is Aru ready for Udongauto or is Udongauto ready for Aru afoyo you can
Before Matek, Atamo made a check congratulating NRM for carrying out a successful primary elections. It shows there is that internal democracy. For what year won into the bigger election, NRM has successfully done their primaries, and it's a credit to them. The other opposition political parties, we do not know how they do theirs. Maybe it's based on negotiation, which is all part of facing Yemadir. So it's a credit to the NRM party, which is the ruling party currently. Now, entering Yenaru, in the last election, Honorable Odongauto was for the first time defeated in an election.
For the first time.
And I want to interest our viewers into Ngomotime after Odongauto Rem. To me, I remember at some point Odongauto ushered out a statement was Potoquini. Because he learned a lot.
That was quite...
Yeah, he said that in his YouTube channel. You don't remember like one was Potoquini. To me, I think Uberugana Bay because one, we all know that currently Mr. Honorable Dongato is now a doctor. So he had an opportunity to go out and study. That is one. Then two, he had also an opportunity to see Parliament from outside. Polkara ka initi art. She down take a bar by a bar. You down take a yarn art right. I am actually meaning our different houses. There is no way ni down to a year to go on order raji mi chwa on order raji penny to ye being a baron. But Honorable Dongoto had an opportunity to be out of that parliament. And he saw the blunders that the parliament made, the mistakes that the parliament made.
For the first time in his life,
In his life.
in his political career, as an outsider.
So as an outsider, ubekana njima duong ma utamane kaona yana beri kun ibi yele ni to duong joma tamu ko long kitam ono berutie, which we have no doubt about that. Nikono betie get kono would do the same thing.
True.
Now, let's see into the current member of parliament. I also do not want to say the current member of parliament, that is the Honorable Christopher Poti Mungumo. He did some good work in parliament via representation. Poti Maraj, I remember, I can vividly remember and say, not as the other members of parliament. He represented these people. He talked. Not now, where we come to now compare the two is, I think it's the type of leadership the two people offer. The kind of leadership Honorable Kumakai Christopher, part type leadership of Dongato. That is one. Then two, gena weko type leadership gi better part mo kana ma gena contributing weko type of leadership gi better part ikianenti ye bola again ake ye. We all know for so long, and even up to now, Dongoto is an opposition.
One non-opposition man.
And we also know very well that Kumake Christopher sides with the ruling party. So at times, parents be vocal to try criticizing political party. Your bola magene but Dongoto would openly do that because it was from outside that room. So that bring now. There are a lot of things more Katime. And besides that, Mr. Dongoto Wangeni, all this time, he was not only zeroing himself into per day affairs. Gumaya can mamero members of parliament new teller. Gumaya can mamero teller in the entire Chule sub-region in northern Uganda, you would see Dongoto at least saying something. Penilo teller pere kunu, pen and he believes in the Genda Guru kumkara mukane kumkara, no mira no mira.
Good.
Whereas Mr. Kumakage, Honorable Kumakage, probably got him under trial. One, I think one is because he's still somehow new in politics. We all know he has not been there for some time, in politics. Then two, I think he also wanted to push the interests of the people of Pade first in parliament.
First, before he can spread to the entire.
Then three, maybe he had respect on the APG, thinking because these people had sittings, maybe, to the parliamentary group, and the leader, they think maybe Kagumonti outside, the leader can do that. I am not a spokesperson to any of the two, but I'm just trying to analyze more Berkatime. So all in all, Udangoto, even outside parliament, did his best as an opinion leader. Kumakaj from parliament also did his best as a leader of the people. And so far, so good. Now, looking into the primaries, primary Okaro, and Maneno Kumakaj Christopher Loyo Kui is now is going to hold the flag for the NRM. We have seen Mr. Dongoto bouncing back. And the spaces within a Chole sub-region seems to have been missing with Dongoto.
True.
Because is a very practical leader.
I actually don't know if I speak for viewers, but I think actually sub-region has felt the absence of Dongoto very much in parliament, the absence of Dongoto in parliament. Very much like Kiremo, even the constituency, Timangig like Kiremo, because one even Dongato as a person, how he's so vocal on a number of issues. So it seems going ahead, things are not going to be easy in that constituency.
Many a times, we believe there are many ways of handling things. There are diplomatic ways of handling things, and there is that also other way of handling things. Modonga is also good at. I do not want to say he's only good at the other side, not in diplomatic. But there's a saying where diplomacy fails, you also try the other side altogether. But seeing him coming back, it is not a bad thing. The people of Pade will have to decide. They have tested the leadership of Mr. Domato for some time. They have also tested the leadership of Kumakechi. I think they're in a better position to decide who gets back to that parliament.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Thank you for your matter. Now, when you come back from Pade, Kangola Chwai, Gulu district, something happened that is, should I say, terrific? Kawaneno, the incumbent district woman member of parliament for Gulu district, Manoti under NRM, she has lost the flag. She has lost the flag, and she has lost the flag to a person who is still currently the district speaker, Honorable Yofibi. What do you think that holds for the future which is to come, the bigger election? Is that a threat to the opposition? Are the opposition seeing in glee? Gitika kanana ki yung twin magiti kanana bati mudonga maleng.
Yes, the Honorable Member of Parliament, woman Member of Parliament, Gulu District, lost an election. It was not a normal losing an election. We do not expect an incumbent to finish number 3 in the race, as it has happened with Gulu District. But now, what could have been the factors where Jimmy to make any match? In politics, there is planning. There is highly planning. Now, Honorable Balmoe was in Parliament for 5 years. She did a lot of things for the people. Though she also had a lot of challenges that we also must admit in a private life that I do not want to enter there. Actually, in her family life. And but she did a lot of things to the people. I remember I witnessed her bringing a tractor for the people of district. But also, we saw a very vibrant young lady, if I should say, in the names of Atimango, leave Gulu City, goes to Gulu district to contest, and seeing also the sitting MP who is not so much aged. Then we have this one who seems to have been planning her things all this time along. That is the person who has won the flag.
Honorable Yofibi.
The right Honorable Yofibi. She's the council speaker now. Yofibi is very popular in the community. She has been working with the community, I think even before joining politics. When she opted to join politics, she didn't run for a bigger position. She went for council. I think she represents the people of Patero. She's a female representative of the people of Patero. I think Patero, I'm not so sure about that, but the people of Patero. But there are some 2 sub-counties. Patero is one of them. Now, Mego, in the community, she is very vibrant. She has done a lot of things for the people. And she was in that council as a speaker. And I think the name of Gulu district has not been tarnished by her being the lead as a speaker. Now, her offering herself to go to parliament, it's a big thing altogether. Now, can you imagine the incumbent? Let's say the incumbent.
Removing the other people in between?
Yes. Let's just face Megufivi and the incumbent. Because these are people who were given an opportunity to serve at the different levels. Megufivi in the local government, then the incumbent in national politics, that is parliament. Can you imagine me we only? It's a credit to the NRM. Not in a way Madana would always say, kind of incumbent, it is automatic for you to go to parliament. But I think the people of Wasua or the people of Gulu district knew how to balance the leadership of these two people and now decided on what suits them. Now they decided on what suits them better. Megofivi got about 9,000 votes. About 9,000 votes. And the second, Ngarupe Namario, about 4,000 votes. Then the incumbent got about 3,000 votes.
That's a huge margin.
Yeah, it's a huge margin. Now, to the oppositions, if it was easy to face Honorable Balmoy, I think they will need to get back to the drawing board and see how to face Megayo Phoebe. Because in all the aspects, she's a different candidate from the candidature of Honorable Sharon Balmoy. She's a different candidate, and she's a candidate that it's hard to know where to attack her from politically. Yeah? So to me, I think the election was a good one. NRM chose their best, and they have now offered it to the public. We are now waiting for the oppositions to bring theirs also.
So are you trying to insinuate that Honorable Sharon Balmoy had loopholes that could easily be attacked? What are those loopholes, if at all? That's what we're trying to think out loud.
According to my own opinion, I am not a voter in Gulu district, but my own opinion, as I was actually trying to do things here and there, the paper was what says that the Honorable Member of Parliament was not getting back to them. And here is Honorable Mego Ayofi, who was there with them full time. Mind you, Mego reached a point of even distributing beans to all the sub-counties. Mego, I think through the lobbying, she managed to drill about 36 balls in almost all the 11 sub-counties. No, 36, Makai Boroge Chero in all the 11 sub-counties. So that gives you me, and of course also, Mego Honorable Balmoy was not so much pronounced in Parliament. Well, we have been seeing the scorecard.
The scorecards of Parliament.
She was not among the top, Now someone would think, Lukin Gang would tell you, Bodwa, this is what I got on ground. Bodwa, it is not about local parliament, it's about what we got, what we get at home. And now, if the other member of parliament could not be very vibrant in parliament, just like the way the Donga Towers would do, the way the Gilberts would do, right? What is your lobbying capacity to lobby things and bring for us home? Now, if all the two, now besides that,
oversight,
following court were you doing it? Then definitely you are coming back home to the community. Now, current public team, Marco Guerto vote by Jomano in leadership. Your so the people had to place the books and mark. So let's try this. So that to me, I don't want to say they're going to try and Mego Phoebe because this is just a primary. And the total number of people who voted in the primary is not even an half of the total number of people who can vote in the general election. So it's just about the opposition strategizing better. And also Mego and NRM strategizing better on how to win the election. But I think the ground is okay for them.
I see, because now, like you've put it, the people could have just compared that this is a speaker, but now she has lobbied this, speaker of Gulu district. Now what if she goes to parliament? Maybe, I think.
And the opposition can also come from an angle that you have been a speaker. What are your achievements? Now, if you know that she has been having some weaknesses, you would try to
Before we leave Gulu district and the district women MP race in the primary, do you think it's going to work for the incumbent to relinquish her power to Honorable Yofibi? Or you think that is something that might remain on paper?
whether she wants it or not, she has lost an election. So you have to actually carry the flag smartly, give it to the person who was elected, then bless the person to go for a race.
And
now, if the person goes for a race, actually, if the person go for a race and win an election, it's a credit to the party. So you also enjoy as a member of the party. Yeah, because I think it's just about that.
Yeah. Now, let's cross over to Amuru district. Amuru district has been undergoing building of events, one after the other. We have seen strong opposition leaders crossing over to the NRM. It has just been a heat of things leading up to the NRM primaries. But now we want to know, after the NRM primaries, how are things going to lead? I want us to first dwell more on in Clark South, where waneno Lakony mobedo LC5, mobedo opposition candidate, mobedo opposition LC5 for quite some time. Mobedo kachel genekwet Gilbert Olanya is now coming up against the incumbent on the yellow flag. So what do you think is...
In politics, they say there is no permanent friendship. We would always see the two people together, and it is being rumored that they even studied at Sassoon Becker together at some point.
Actually, the entire Amuru has been like an island of oppositions. Like all of them working so well together, all from the same party of opposition for quite some time, including even the district woman member of parliament. So for quite some time, Amuru has just had been an opposition threshold.
Now you see politics. Politics is about how best you position your interests.
True.
And in this case, my brother, the Honorable Lakony Michael, I think reached a point where he said, it's my time to go to Parliament. He has served very well as a district chairperson. And the same thing applies to them. They have all been in the positions of leadership, trusted. So culture can gain China. You are rather it like can gain more time. Because China like when you know Flacco. And Gilbert, I think there is no one opposing him for the FDC flag. He's the chairperson, is the FDC chairperson for Amuru district. So I don't think there is anyone opposing him. So now, seeing Gilbert back on his blue, and for the first time, seeing Lakony Michael on a yellow, competing against each other, Lukengang will just have to sit and say, this is Honorable Lakony Michael, this is Honorable Gilbert Olanya. They've all been serving. What have they been doing good? I do not want to bring the people of Clark South into the political parties. I think they should interest themselves in what a person can offer better. Of course, if you're NRM, you vote for your NRM candidate. But I also say, if you're NRM, get the content in your NRM candidate and vote for. If you noob, get the content in your noob candidate and vote for. There are instances where I can be a member of, let me say, PPP, and I fail to vote for my candidate because I say my candidate is not a good candidate. That is being mature in politics.
True.
That is okay. It is okay.
Kainel ne in Bukoro.
So to me, Johnny when go burger teach. Lopoko teach. Of course, teaching when bearing papa. If you to see Gilbert has been in parliament. I don't know. We have been seeing the scorecard. He has been there speaking and doing a lot of things. He has been advocating for what he seems to himself seems right to the people of Acholi, Gang. He has actually entered the shoes of Dongato. Even when Dongato was not there, he was moving all over, doing the things that Dongato used to do in parliament. He was not this guy who would sit down and listen, but he was this guy who would want people to sit down and listen to him. So he spoke. And Michael Akoin from here did very well his administrative work. He did very well his administrative work. So now, when Tiario and Benetta, because this is purely administrative, and Chan is purely representation and advocacy. Yeah? So I do not want to say any Tijme Parliament cannot do Tijma the local government. And Tijme local government cannot do that. I don't want to say that. But it's just about leadership.
True.
So the people of Amuru now, okay, now in the just concluded election, NRM, Michael Akoin got some good votes, number of votes. But now I want to interest the Honorable Akoin into not starting to celebrate these results now. Because kai chara kadwa kewaene ichubo kwa nyiri chenano leche kangwe binu kumi pema anyiri chiyaro celebrating I have got this. You see where you're facing the elephant.
The elephant. Kung daka weka nyiri.
Anyiri mo ber kinyo. Yelo yo mere anyiri gira tie ko ber kinyo. Kaki cha ti lur ki cha ka keme ki cha.
The bigger one.
This is the time that they should now sit down with the most sober minds and strategize on how to beat Gilbert. In politics, there's no number two. You either number one or you're the last.
Or you're the last.
So
the number two does not matter.
It doesn't matter. So let him strategize on how to beat this gentleman. He has known him for some time. I know he's aware of his weaknesses and all that. Now, in the last election, you also get to realize that Gilbert Olanya got a lot of votes.
A lot of votes.
About 10,000 votes from Clark South.
Actually leaving the NRM candidate of that time with a very huge margin.
I think the NRM candidate of that time got only 2,000 votes, around 2,000 there.
Not 5,000. But the
margin was
the
much.
Margin was much.
So now, it also brings to uni, there is a tendency of not everyone who voted for you in the NRM primary will vote for you in the general election. So how do you first consolidate this that you got from NRM? How do you first consolidate them? And how do you go out to beg the other people to also vote for you? You have OBs and OGs from the opposition. They can also vote for him. Now, leaving that aside, Gilbert has not had any competition within these past 2 years. As like in his party, there was no competition. He's just there.
The 2 years leading to 2025
Yes.
or the 2 election years?
No, the 2 years leading to this coming election. He has been so steady doing his work and all that. I also want to tell him that it is not the right time for him to sit and relax. You should remember he's coming to compete against Ngat Mange Fool. They have been together.
Ngeye constituency.
So it's high time Gilbert also pulls up his socks and go to face his good friend. I must say, his good friend. Keneno, Amuru district was actually painted blue
for quite some time.
I told you it's about interest. Every politician in Uganda, you know the state of our country. Every person in Uganda, being it politician or not, is trying to position himself in the next government. That is the fact. Now, the next government here, I say the next government that will be formed after 2026 election. I don't want to be misquoted.
So by next government, you mean the government that is going to win election in 2026?
Yes. So if Gilbert thinks the next government will actually be formed by FDC as the leader of that government, then he has all the reasons to position himself better. If the honorable point things, the next government will still be an NRM government. And how do I put myself inside there? It's the question everyone is question. At some point you will sit and say, but now, what next after this? Now, if Gilbert thinks in the next government he will still be an opposition member of parliament, then you also have to position himself very well to the people of the community. How do I keep relevant even in the next election?
True.
Yeah. So it's just about interest. I have my interest, they have their interest. Chan Oramo, they come back to the people, then the people judge at the best and may the best take it.
True. Yeah. For giving us insights here more. Now, there's something about Gulu East that has been that has interested a lot of people across the Chole sub-region actually. Kainene kuimukani, the second runner-up of Gulu East was Mego Atimango, who left Gulu East and went to Gulu District.
Yeah.
And we had Tony Gitara, Honorable Tony Gitara, who moved from the other side to come and fill her position in the NRM in Gulu East. So Kitineno Kere Queen, and of course we still know we have our Reverend Father, Honorable Reverend Father, Father Nen, who is the incumbent in the constituency, and my new Gulu East has a lot of voters, by the way, taking from the records of last election. So, and last elections there were many aspirants for the same position, more than 10, I think, if I can remember well, more than 10. And right now, the many voters, with the absence of Megatimango and the presence of the coming in of Lady Tony Gitara, what do you think the future holds? And given the primaries and the number of votes that the NRM flag bearer got?
In the last election, 19,016. Adano adawapar bangwen kia para biche Gulu Gulu East. Ngar muno kero higum palaba mechere parliament but teach palaba. Reverend Charles Unen. And he went to parliament with 6,633 votes. And now more than 10 people contested to go to parliament. And he's getting back. There's no doubt about that. He's moving around, doing his consultation, as they call it.
In the grassroots.
Yes. Now, we have Councillor Tony Gitara, who has been contesting for some times now.
In different constituencies.
Tony Gitara contested, I think, in 2016 in Gulu District, in Aswa. Did not go well. He came back in the last election in 2021. He contested in Gulu West, where it did not go well with him, and a DP ticket. And we see Tony Gitara moving out of DP, and this time around, not deciding to come independent, but coming directly on NRM. And I've seen, by the grace of our Lord with him, he won the NRM primary election. Now, Tony Gitara facing Reverend Charles Unen. Now, I do not want to say it's going to be an easy fight for both of them. Councillor Tony Gitara is not an easy man, and he has been with the people here. He has been here. Now, Reverend Charles Unen is also not an easy man. There are different ways how these people do their things. I've had an opportunity to follow them closely. The way the Honorable Charles Onen, father, does his things is totally different from the way Council Tony Guitarra does his things.
How different?
Tony Guitarra is a council. He's very diplomatic. I followed his campaign for this election, for the primaries. He's very diplomatic, very selective on what to say out, very smart on, who to attack, and how to do that. And of course, most lawyers do that. And you coming against Reverend Charles Onen, who is only so much concerned with what God tells him to say out. I must use that word.
Yeah, so
And I mean to say, all these people are very aggressive when it comes to looking for votes. When it comes to looking for votes, you must be aggressive. And all of them are very aggressive. And
as God will always tell you to be aggressive.
Yes. Reverend Charles Onen, when needs be, can behave for you in a manner you would not expect him. If it needs him to do comedy, he will do it for you. As like, politics is about doing all it takes to make you be number one. If in that case, that is the point, he would do it for you. Remember in the last election, this gentleman, the Right Honorable, would move to campaign rallies. And after talking to people, like Honorable, he would again ask people that have been at Parliament for the past 8 years, and the people contribute money for him. When you what?
So I think that made
that alone made the community hone him. You see? So to me, it was a good strategy. How do I make the community say I am their own?
Identify with them.
He has fully identified with
the common person.
Now, what people should question themselves, has he kept himself the person of the community? I have no question for that. People of La Ropa ask the best question.
But here is something I have noticed, that a number of opposition, very renowned opposition politicians from actually go down the NRM of late, in the past 1 year or so, go down the NRM at TIT. And one year father po yenge medonyo NRM he has maintained. Medonyo NRM nyo medonyo party more maintaining his independent candidature. Itamuni eoni twero. What do you think? How do you think that is going to play for him?
Politicians when leaders when get reactful. I told you in the beginning, it's about interest. Waves, in the 2021 election, the biggest wave in Uganda was the Bobby Wine wave. Everyone wanted to be new. Though you can't be in this coming election, it's a wave of opposition joining NRM. What I have seen,
I think it's fair to say in northern Uganda.
Sorry for that. Now, what I have seen, Father be very calculative and smart in. He's a very good friend. I remember after Reverend Charles Onen winning an election from Gulu East and the Honorable Mapenduzi winning from Gulu West, these people combined force to campaign for a candidate for mayorship. You all know what happened there. They were very good friends. They campaigned against some other gentleman. And of course, that candidate went through. Now, after seeing the very tight friends, we joined NRM. That is a wave in northern Uganda. Father of United said, I am not trying to think for himself. In an event where everyone is moving left, why can't I move right?
So that I stand out.
You stand out. And he made news, by the way. People joined. And for him, and the only thing he can say is, I know what took me to parliament. I do not want to be a problem to the tribe, as actually. And if we are not very keen, that single statement is going to take him back to parliament.
I think that's Atama any new rule speaks a lot to something to regarding integrity, and some voters really value integrity. And
Even when the people who joined NRM did good to join NRM, to me, I think Father also did good to maintain his
not
position.
join.
Though in the past election, it was opposition and NRM leaning. But now, I don't want to say he's opposition. He's independent and opposition leaning. We have no idea about that.
But we cannot also say is opposition or independent and NRM leaning.
No, we cannot say that.
That's
So
now.
it's just but we do not know. There we still have time. Don't be surprised to see Father then coming under some other political party.
Yeah.
Because now people, by the way, these political parties are doing a lot of buying. As like give nobody Gibiri now, you see we have these positions, why can you come? Let me tell you,
They're trying to hook.
there's a new political party, which I am very sure does not have a candidate for MP in Gulu East. That is Democratic Front. The one for Matthias Puga.
Yeah.
Democratic Front. Then there is a PFF. Is it PFF or PPF? No, it's PFF.
The one of the other faction that left
FDC. Don't be surprised to see Father then returning for this election with a phone. That meaning he has joined PFF. Or him coming with Democratic Front. That is orange. Orange color. So we still have time. Let's not judge. Let's not rush to judge. But as a person is doing his best.
True.
Now, Council Tony Kitara should know that the constituency is coming in is much bigger than the constituency he was in the last election. Via number. Here, I think we have about 19 parishes in Gulu East.
Okay.
And the total number of voters are much more than the total number of people who vote the other side.
True.
So it's just about how
at least taking from the previous election.
It's just about how do I strategize and reach out to all the voters. And as a council, how does he use his knowledge of the law to convince people who have lost interest in voting to come back and vote? You never know. That could be his votes. Because so many people have lost interest in voting that every time we vote, these leaders go, they only benefit themselves, they don't come back to us. If you carefully tell the people what is expected of a member of parliament and you convince them to come and vote, you never know, it can be your vote.
But don't you think, because if we saw from the previous election of 2021, the general election, Honorable Tony Kitara got around 1,000 plus votes in Badegla Ibi. Don't you think his shifting of constituency might be a disadvantage to him?
One, it depends on who you come in to compete against. Yeah? It depends on who you come in to compete against. Two, it depends on what how you're going to package your message to the people. That is two. Then three, I think bottoming out here also matters. By the way, there are people who would only move to that ballot and vote anything yellow. There are people who would only move to that ballot and vote anything blue. There are people who move there and only vote anything green. So it's just about, I think the political parties also play a role there.
Thank you
so he has changed the political party. Nobody knows.
Thank you. Our time is fast spent. I think we can go to our last constituency for this show, and that is Badegla Ibi. Badegla Ibi mo vote. Uganda in low. Waneno kera results of kere Badegla Ibi. Ento wangeo be ni position mo kana tie magetika bieno ka yupe ka keme ki ledit honorable Jar Mapenduzi. wang'eyo bende ni even in the NRM tie jo mokene a good number of NRM supporters who are not happy because of how things turned out, and po wang'eyo kama gibo carry kwigi, po wang'eyo kama gibo dok a year from now to the next election. Are they willing to support the other candidate? So itamo ni anyim, is the opposition ready for Badegla Ibi?
Well, I think the question should be, are the people of Badegla Iwi ready to get their best? In this last election, final NRM, the Honorable Mapenduzi got about 4,000 votes, 4,000 plus votes. And in the last election, the total number of people who voted was 15,000.
Slightly or less.
Yeah, slightly.
Around there.
It's roughly 15,000. Now, it is a question of, one, is the Honorable Mapenduzi going to consolidate all the 4,000 plus votes he has got from NRM? Because in the last election, but I think the candidate Moma of Flag by NRM got many votes in the primary elections. But in the general election, he only got 1,000 votes plus. So is the same thing going to apply here? If not, how best do you consolidate that support? Two, who are the people coming to compete against you? The persons we know they're coming, my child, who is very notable, is the Honorable Makashi Liando. In New York, Liando has been in Parliament.
Has he already public?
I saw posters around, DP things and all that. And of course, the DP DP members who are my good friends told me this gentleman is coming. The Honorable Liando has been in Parliament. And by the way, he has been one of the best performing
MPs in actually.
Yeah, that was from 2016 to 2021. In the 2021 election, he lost that election. Now, Mapenduzi, ever since Mapenduzi joined active politics, he stood out. Yeah? He stood out. As like when he was a speaker for City Council, his council was almost one of the best in the city in Uganda. One of the best. He became the chairperson. He stood out. He was doing very well. He was trusted. He went to Parliament. Now, there's a difference between the local government, politics or leadership, and the national leadership. And the bad thing, our local people do not understand it, how it works. So they expected him to carry all the legacies he got from the local government
to Parliament,
which was a different thing altogether. But from Parliament, he also did some good work. He was trusted by NUP, that was new, because he went as an independent member of Parliament in the last election. He was trusted with a position, which he did well. They later left, and the ruling party also trusted him. He's a nice guy. So now, leaving the other people who are coming aside, to me, it's a battle of two good people. And they've all served. The Honorable Liando moved about 4 motions in Parliament. I think the highest number in the history of Parliament from a northern Uganda member of Parliament. Not even the Maos did that. Not even the Odongas, who spent like 25 years in Parliament, did that. But in one term, that was, I should say, 4 years, he did that. And he left one pending. By the way, he left a very sensitive policy pending in Parliament. And ever since he left, that policy has not been passed. It is about the transition policy. And nobody talks about it.
Motion policy.
I think it is a policy. A policy. It was a policy. It was a policy. Nobody has ever talked about it. We expected, it was the Reverend Charles Faronen who at some point rose that concern in Parliament and I don't want to say it was Saturn. You can use your better word to describe that. So now it's a battle of two big giants. And with Leandro, if the Honorable Norbert Mao comes and speaks for him, if he also gather people at Bonagan and speaks for himself, you know what it means now. If the Honorable Mapenduzi also moves around or gather people at Bonagan and speaks for himself, Now, their keepings, the NRM keepings, if they also come and campaign, because I talked about Norbert Mao coming to campaign, then I also have to talk about the keepings, the NRM keepings, coming to actually campaign for the Honorable Mapenduzi. Because at the end of it all these political parties want their own in parliament.
True.
And as actually, we need the very best. As the people of Badegla Ibi, we need the very best. So whether Jomi Lady will be a bit of quick make Guinea, Jomi NRM will be a bit of quick make Guinea. One of your bit quick interest. What is our interest? And at the end of it all, interest by Badegla Ibi, interest by Choli, it's what is going to decide between these two big people. We need them. They're all good. Kono lara do wai ajal. Kono looking guy in team way. Kono looking guy in team. I would personally appoint one to be a minister and one to go to parliament. But now one to get where.
Yeah, our time is really fast spent. Chawa charo yod. We are coming to the end of our show for today. Mar kid may analyzing these different constituencies and what seems to be the blurry picture of the future. Ikin journey anyway. Kita nyime tika temo nen kwere. Loki moma giki bot machel bolo tela. Kidong Mario bolo bol kui.
Machel bolo tela. I wanted to say, should not be a do or die. Primaries or caro. If you've lost a primary, my town in Queen get to operate. Pay work in gang spreading the rumors. There is a way forward. The Koni bought tribunal papati, make it take local. No ni you poor Queenie because of the few mistakes you made. Join Natokar Queenie, you move forward. Jomo Kanema Bina from the different political parties. I think this is the time that we need to change our politics, our campaigns to idea-based. What ideas are you bringing on the table? We should not go into Yetodano. Because in parliament, you're not going to insult. I think members of parliament, I have liked the NRM joint campaigns. Let these people, these people do a joint campaign. And in the joint campaign, speak 5 minutes in your Acholi and speak 5 minutes. You're not going to speak Acholi in parliament. And in parliament, you will not be given more than 5 minutes. So how do you articulate issues within 5 minutes? Lawyer Gordale for 3 hours and you're insulting people. So it's about that. That is to the leaders. Let's gather. Kagana petime no petime.
Kai waje ni amira kikeli uga. Mire breaking down ga ni bino ki kwene railway ki bi yubuni ning peben ka waje kidano lok matie the how is not clear but the what is what you bring to the people.
Kibene, I think Kakicharikin Gan Imirana all the actually members of parliament, Magio Benga should be asked one question. What private member bill are you taking to parliament? Because kuja in paper chairman ka kuona no got the speaker away joma lawyer wani hai joma wai no what private member bill are you taking to parliament? We start from there. Kapere go back and look for it. What are you taking there? What you cannot move forward with their businesses because of the few challenges they're facing. That is one. Then to the community, our viewers,
the voters,
this is the time that we need to elect the people who will be at the far front of hunting for us. Mironi la dua ko chere ilum ka dua uchub ngo kiligang. Imeno chub le marom maka kilogang ngole poko kidan wain. Imere chub le maka kilogang gene down and can get yellow. We need to be very keen in the leadership we're going to elect. We need to be very smart. Let's not be bought with chanting. Let's elect constructive leadership. Let's elect with our tribe at heart. We are entering. After this election, we are going to form. The government is going to. Okay, there's going to be formation of a new government. In the formation of the new government, where are the interests of actually going to be placed? That is it all.
Thank you so much. Amuru, Tami key viewers, to the leaders and also to the voters. Why you need what charity idea-based campaign. Ngo mai idea ngo mai tika kelo ne. Ngo mai miero kelo ne bolu te dero. Why you when ki ubol queen wa yero jo ma wa town gitwero hunting. Kelo ir wa dek ma Ramadan wen. Pe ma ram tele ken. Ki mon gi kilo tiang gi adi. For Mater, thank you so much, Your Excellency Miguel. To our viewers, we want to say please do follow us on all our social media platforms. Here is where you get all the information you need, insightful debates, panel discussions, political affairs, until we catch up again.